Hi, Lori DiGiulio, registered massage therapist and NKT practitioner in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I'm going to show you a drill for activating Glute Max. Glute Max is this large muscle that moves the hip. It's responsible for extension of the hip. It's also responsible for some of the stability that comes in the low back over the SI joints. There's lots of reasons why Glute Max may need to be activated. It could be inhibited because the front of the hip is kind of overpowering, creating pinching or pain in the front of the hip. It could be that the hamstrings are overactive and are doing lots of the work for Glute Max, and Glute Max has kind of become inhibited because of that. Glute Max becomes inhibited in our seated postures where it's chronically lengthened, and then as a result of that becomes weak or inhibited. So there's lots of varieties of how to do a Glute Max activation drill. I'm going to show you a variation that works for people that I find have a difficulty in doing other traditional Glute Max drills like bridge or single leg bridge. So what you're going to do is you're going to find a wall. So you're going to make sure that your back is facing the wall, and you're going to put your foot up against the wall with the knee at about 90 degrees or a little bit more. What you want to make sure that you do is that when you have your foot up against the wall, that the knee is not perfectly parallel, or the thigh is not perfectly parallel to the opposite. You need to bring the side that you're activating into a little abduction. So that's fine. That will target Glute Max rather than the hamstrings. So you're going to come up against the wall, bring the knee out to the side a little. You can hold on to something for support. The heel comes to the wall. The next thing you want to watch is that the thigh of the leg, the glute that you're activating, isn't in front of the opposite one. You want to give the Glute Max a little advantage. So step forward a little bit so that that thigh is behind the standing leg or in line with it. The heel comes up against the wall, and then you're going to take an inhale, and on an exhale, press the heel into the wall really gently and get this sense of this Glute Max, the butt engaging. You do that as many times as your therapist suggests. Make sure that you have something though for stability, so you can put a chair in front of you or get close to a wall so that you can hold it. Shouldn't be about balance, just a little bit about Glute Max activation. If you think an inhibited Glute Max may be the source of some of your hip or your low back dysfunction, but aren't quite sure, get assessed by an NKT practitioner.